What up, Screen Fiends? I'm GB, and you're tuned in to Headz TV, where we like to discuss all the wonderful things appearing on your movie and your TV screens. In this episode, I'm going to give my review of The Leftovers, Season 3, Episode 4, titled G'day, Melbourne. I know, terrible Australian accent. I promise I'll never do it again. G'day, Melbourne is the title of the episode. Alright, so the synopsis reads, Kevin and Nora travel to Australia, where she continues to track down the masterminds of an elaborate con, while he catches a glimpse of an unexpected face from the past, forcing him to confront the traumatic events of 3 years earlier. Alright, so look, I normally don't say this on a TV review because I assume if you're watching it, you've seen the episode. But I'm going to spoil a lot of stuff that is more enjoyable if you see it play out. So if you haven't seen it, watch the episode first, please, and then come back. All right. So Kevin and Nora travel to Australia, and we get an interesting scene at the airport where it kind of shows how Kevin really doesn't trust Nora at all. So they're at the checkpoint security, and she goes off, to... well, all right, I shouldn't say Nora, because of Nora's job, she has access to a different checkpoint where I guess security isn't as tight. So she's got money strapped to her. Kevin doesn't know this. So Kevin automatically assumes she's got drugs on her or she left him. Because, I guess, rightfully so that Kevin feels that way because she did just ditch him. She cuffed him to a thing and then just ditched him. So, all right. So we get that interesting scene, and they finally get to Australia, and, it's nice seeing the two of them just in a different environment, different, people and different rules and whatnot. All right, so let's talk about Nora first. So she goes to deal with the con that the dude from Perfect Strangers told her about in episode, I believe it was 2. So she goes to the place or whatever with the money to pay them to see what it's all about. Now, she's skeptical. She doesn't believe it. I don't believe it. But I don't know what to believe, right? And I think part of Nora doesn't know what to believe either. That's the brilliance of The Leftovers, is the fan, the viewer, is put in the shoes of the people in the show when it comes to understanding what's going on. They don't know what's going on either. So I don't feel as alone watching this show because nobody knows what's going on and I don't feel left out. Even the people on the show don't know what's going on. All right. So I think, you get a sense of that from Nora and just her mannerisms and her facial expressions. Carrie Coons is amazing. So she goes to the place and it's very shady. It's a shady looking building with people that I wouldn't say are super shady, but there's a shadiness about them. The doctors and the guy outside, like, they don't look like really creepy people. Well, the one doctor does, the kind of rude, abrasive one, kind of looks a little scary. But the other one and the guy downstairs, they don't look scary, but there's still this weird creepiness to them. So, so she goes through, the whole deal. They give her a physical exam. Strange, the guy says to her, which makes you question whether or not it's a con. The guy's like, do you want to take your money, into, I guess it was an MRI machine or something? Do you want to take your money in with you or into the examining room? A lot of people are afraid we're going to run off with it. So, and Nora, which surprised me, says, no, I trust you, which was strange to me, but all right, maybe she just doesn't want them to know that she's kind of on to them. You know what I mean? So she goes through the whole thing, and then they ask her this question. And this is an interesting question. And you know what? It's hard to answer, and I wasn't able to answer it. And I'm still thinking about it. I'm still trying to figure out on what my answer would be. So the question is, you have 2 twin babies. And one of them will grow up. You're assured of this. It's guaranteed. Will grow up to cure cancer. But in order for that to happen, you have to kill the other baby. And Nora asks the right questions, in my opinion. She asks all the right questions. She says, you know, are the babies mine? And then the lady's like, well, what does that matter? And she's like, if you want me to answer your question, it matters, right? And then she asks, will the baby suffer? Or will it be a quick death? And, you know, this isn't the order she asks them. I got it mixed up. And she also asks, you know, will the baby suffer? And they say, no, it'll be a quick death. And then they tell her that she doesn't have to kill the baby, but all she has to do is nod, and then the baby will die. And Nora says, yeah, she'd kill the baby. To cure cancer, she'd kill the baby. And obviously for these people, that was the wrong answer. Because now they don't want her money, and they tell her that's it, she can't go through with it. She can't go any further. So now it makes me think even more that maybe they're not con artists. Because if they're con artists, why would they do that? But this is also a play from con artists. It's to tell you no and have you come back and offer more money or whatever. Or beg them to take your money, and then you do it. So it could still be a con. But it's making me even more... I hope it's not echoing. I feel like it's my mic is echoing today for some reason. But it makes you a little bit more skeptical of what's going on, because now it's like, they could have just took the money, right? All right. So that's really it with Nora's. Now get to the end scene with her and Kevin at the end. So now let's talk about Kevin, who is obviously losing it again. Absolutely losing it. He's out. He's in his room watching a morning talk show. Good day, Melbourne. Oh, I said I wasn't going to do the accent. I didn't really do it though, right? Good day, Melbourne. And it's like, it's like Good Morning America, but in Australia, right? And he sees out, like in the background of the shot, he sees Evie Murphy, the girl from the Murphy family, the ones we met in season 2. Where their daughter went missing early on. He sees her. So now he's like, what? And he freaks out. Gets a cab. Goes over to where they're filming it, whatever. He finds her. Which was a little, But he's going crazy. So you don't really know how to put the pieces together. So I can suspend disbelief, on this. Because he's going crazy. So... that wasn't the same girl in the shot. That was probably just some random girl. You know what I mean? All right. So he's actually seeing this girl as Evie. Takes a picture of her. Sends it to his ex-wife. Blah, blah, blah. It's really like a mind trip. So the whole episode, he thinks this is Evie. He thinks he's following down and tracking down Evie. And then it's revealed to us and Kevin at the same time. Back to what I was saying earlier about how The Leftovers is great with putting us in the shoes of the people in the show. Shows us that he is crazy, and it's not the Evie. The girl doesn't look anything like Evie. The whole thing was being made up in his head, basically, where he was following some other poor girl. And that's revealed to us all together. So it's like, as Kevin is finding out he's still crazy, we're finding out he's still crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, all right, then we get Kevin and Nora back in the room together, and Kevin is really, really rough on Nora. Now, all right, they're having an argument, they're having a fight, I get it, but I mean, he hits her. I mean, she's obviously scared that he's going crazy again because she doesn't want to be around that. And he don't want to tell her that he's going crazy because he knows if he does, she'll leave him. So, he's stuck in this hard spot where he wants to tell her, but he doesn't want to tell her. And, she's picking at him, and he just loses it. And, he talks about, oh, if your family's not dead, then go be with them. Like, I don't know. It was really harsh to me. Like, I felt Nora's pain right there. he burns the Bible, the book of Kevin. He burns it, causes a fire in the hotel, and crazy. Nora's broken up, done. There's a fire right there in her room. She just sits down and smokes a cigarette. Now somebody says something about an explosion, and I'm wondering, did that fire cause an explosion in the hotel? Is Nora dead? Like, I don't know what to make about that, because they don't show Nora again after that. We see Kevin come out of the hotel, and who does he see? Kevin Garvey Sr. G'day. Oh, I wasn't going to do it. Sorry. G'day, Melbourne. So they're reunited, and he goes off with this crazy father. So now it's the two of the nut jobs, the two nutty Kevin Garveys, going out into the Australian wilderness to do God knows what, stop the apocalypse or whatever. This is going to be a really interesting ride for the rest of the season. I like how they reveal things, but I'm telling you right now, if you're watching this show expecting to get like super answers for the departure, you're not going to get them. Are we going to get answers about Kevin? I think so. I don't know if we're going to get answers about him coming back from the dead and all that, but about him being crazy and all that, we definitely get answers. But hopefully we get complete answers on Kevin, on all the characters. But I do not for a second think we're getting any explanation, anything at all, even close to solving the mystery of the departure. So I just want to put that out there because I hear a lot of people talking about, oh, are they going to do it? Are they not going to do it? Or people getting pissed off. I don't really think they're going to do it. Well, I don't think that from the beginning. That wasn't their point. Just like Walking Dead is not the point of what caused everything. The point is how the people, the characters, deal with it and who they become because of it, and who they were before it. And that's all important in these types of stories. And that's what makes these shows stand out amongst shows on NBC, CBS. I know I'm always trashing those networks, but that's what makes these shows stand out in comparison to those. Those shows are about the event. Whatever the event is. If Walking Dead was on there, it would be about the outbreak. And it wouldn't be about the characters. And that's where we make a connection. And that's where good story is told. And that's where we can make the fans part of everything. And a lot of shows miss this. I'm sorry, I went totally off track on that one. I'm almost done here. So yeah, that's basically it for the episode. The meaning of the title, I mean, G'day Melbourne. It's the name of the show, and the fact that, it's like, hello Melbourne, welcome to the Garveys. Like, episode standout. I'm gonna give it to Carrie Coons. It seems like she's gonna be getting a lot of awards from me. Because she's just an amazing actress. She's killing it on Fargo. She's killing it on The Leftovers. She was awesome in this episode. And I was tough. It was tough for me. I wanted to kind of give it to Justin Theroux because he's amazing too. But I thought the stuff with Carrie Coons and the way you really know what's going on with her character through the performance, she deserves it. And as far as a production standout, this episode, I'm not gonna give it to the writing. I'm gonna give it to the way it was filmed. I'm gonna give it to the cinematography. I love the way it was shot. There was something about the way it was shot, and maybe it's just me looking for a different production standout than normal. But so maybe I'm reaching, but I felt like it was shot a little bit differently. The Kevin scenes and the Nora scenes felt drastically different, but there was this tension, and I think the tension came from the way it was shot. I don't know if that sounds odd. You let me know. You sound off down below. Let me know. My favorite moment of the entire episode was probably the end scene with Kevin and Nora. That was really, really well acted, really well done. The way it was shot, like I said, the way it was written, performed, amazing scene. My least favorite moment of the episode, I'm going to say it was, I don't have one. Sorry. I know. It's gonna be tough watching these reviews if all I say is good things. I gotta start finding some bad in some of these shows. Sorry. All right, so my rating for this episode is gonna be a 4 out of 5. I know that's a common rating for me, but it's a good rating. There was nothing. There was exciting moments to it. You know what? I scratch it. 4.5 out of 5 because it was exciting. There was tension. It was filled with a lot of excitement. It had me intrigued on the edge of my seat. So I don't know what I was thinking with a 4. Yeah, 4.5 out of 5 for this episode, definitely. Yep, it was definitely a great episode. I know I got a little lost in this one, giving you my final thoughts in the middle of the review. Sorry about that. So I don't really have any final thoughts here. But, yeah, sound off down below. Let me know what you thought about The Leftovers Season 3, Episode 4. Let me know what you thought about this review. Let me know what you think about my videos in general. Anything at all. I definitely would like criticisms, constructive or otherwise. I'm just trying to improve, get things better, improve the channel, improve myself, and help YouTube know that there's people out there that actually enjoy the content. So if you like it, please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to do that. That helps YouTube understand that you like me. And yeah, that's it for this one. And you guys have a great day. Thanks again for watching. Always appreciate it. I will see you next time. I got a little lost at the end of that one. I don't know what happened. See you later.